What's going on, everyone? For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Benjamin Nowak, and for those of you guys that do and are already subscribed, I want to thank you guys for coming back and watching another video. And if you're not subscribed, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button down below because it'll let you know when I post more fishing videos just like this one right here. Now, obviously today I'm not fishing. My truck's having some issues, so I took it as a good opportunity for me to clean out some of the things in my boat, kind of get things reorganized because I've been fishing quite a bit lately. But if you want to watch a fishing video, I'll have one pop out of this corner right here for you guys of a recent trip where Alex and I went out and caught some fish up under docks. Now, dock fishing is one of my favorite ways to catch fish this time of year. They're seeking to get out of that sun, trying to get up into that shade, so it's a really good way to catch fish, and it's just a really cool video. So go check that video out if you don't want to watch a talking video. But I promise you, there's some really cool stuff happening in this video, including a giveaway. So stay tuned to the end of this video to figure out how to enter that giveaway and what I'm going to be giving away to you guys right here. One of the biggest trends I've seen on YouTube lately is these bass fishing kit videos. People are going to Walmart, Academy, Bass Pro, and they're buying these pre-made bass fishing kits from Yum, from Zoom, from all these random companies in the market making bass fishing kits. And I think that's really cool because it gives you guys a starting point on what you could be throwing to go out and catch fish. But the problem I see with these kits for the most part is that you have a topwater kit, or you have a lizard kit, or you have a worm kit, and so they're not very versatile. And I thought to myself as I was cleaning up my boat, man, I have all the tackle that you could possibly need to build a bass fishing kit, and so many times I am overcomplicating what I'm doing out there on the water. So this is an agglomeration, a bunch of the most tried and true pieces of tackle that I have in my boat that make up this bass fishing kit. I'm pretty sure this falls under $50 or right around $50 to build this kit, but what I'm going to do is leave a link down in the description below so you guys can purchase and build this kit yourselves. Like I mentioned as well, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned, but without any further ado, we're going to get into how to build this bass fishing kit right here. So first things first, you're going to need yourself a tackle box. Now this is just a plain old tackle box. I believe it's a modification or one of the versions of the 3700 size tackle boxes. It does not have the dividers here in the bottom, and you'll find out pretty quickly why that's important. But first things first, before we get into this box, kind of want to spruce it up a little bit. We're going to put a couple stickers on there. No Wake Nation sticker, as well as a Monster Bass sticker. And along with this Monster Bass sticker, I'm doing a video for them on the ultimate 2 bass rods that any angler needs. It'll basically be the 2 rods that you need for any of these techniques. If you guys want to check out that video I'm doing for Monster Bass, I'll also have that linked up here in the corner. Should be popping out right now. So there you have it, Monster Bass sticker, No Wake Nation sticker right here. And let's get into building this actual box. So what I was thinking when I built this box was that there are 3 different zones that you can catch fish in. Now, just a general approach or general rule of thumb when you're bass fishing, fish are going to be in 3 different zones. You're going to have fish on top, fish in the middle of the water column, and fish on the bottom. So I built this kit in accordance with kind of those principles. So the first bait I'm going to show you guys is a great way to catch fish when they're kind of in heavier cover, when they're around grass, when they're around thicker cover, and that is a frog. Whether you're skipping it, pitching it, throwing over mats, throwing it over lily pads, a frog is a great way to catch fish. And this is a live target popping frog, so it has a popper on the front, and it comes through cover still pretty well, but it gives your frog just a little bit more action, spits a little bit of water, calls fishing from a further way away. And just a really good looking frog. It's a really natural color, and that's kind of the frog that I like to throw. Bait number 2 is something you can throw over a little bit more sparse cover, and that is a popper. A popper is a really effective way to catch fish that are feeding on small bait fish. Now a popper, the reason I chose this over a walking bait is because it's a little bit easier to throw. I think a walking bait's more of a specific approach, and that's a bigger bait, whereas this popper will catch fish whether they're 4 inches long or 6 pounds. Like this popper will catch fish, and it'll catch fish all over the country. So you have a popping frog and you have a popper as my 2 recommended topwater lures. Now as we get to the middle of the water column, we're going to start talking about 4 baits really that will help you catch fish when fish are in the middle of the water column. And we're going to start with one of probably the most well-known lures in the world, and that is a stick worm. This is not a Gary Yamamoto Senko. This is a Yum Dinger, but same principle. It is a wacky style worm, and what you do is you rig the bait, through the middle with a wacky hook, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. Cast it out, throw it, and it catches fish. It just kind of floats really slowly through the water, and it's a great way to catch a lot of fish. Another good way that you can rig this bait is on a Texas rig. You can fish it on a little bit heavier cover that way. But a wacky worm is probably one of the most effective techniques, no matter where you're fishing throughout the country. If you just need to get bites, you tie on a wacky worm, and you can catch fish. Some of the hooks that you're going to need. So as I mentioned, you're going to need a wacky hook. This is an owner mosquito hook, size 1/0. That is my go-to wacky rig style hook. I've also included some 4/0 extra wide gap, basically your standard Texas rig style hook, in this kit as well. Both of those are hooks that you can use no matter where you're fishing across the country. Those are hooks that are universal. The second bait in the middle of the water column, a hard body jerk bait. Now, why did I include this bait here? It's a great bait to catch suspended fish. And I chose a shallow diving jerk bait because, well, a shallow diving jerk bait is something you can fish whether you're fishing from a bank, a kayak, a boat. No matter where you're fishing, you can fish a shallow diving jerk bait. The next bait is a swim bait. What I like about this Gambler Easy Swimmer is that it can be fished either top water or mid-column. You can rig it on that Texas rig 4/0 extra wide gap hook that I'm including in this kit, or swim bait heads. These are 1/4 ounce heads. A 1/4 ounce is a really universal size. You can let it sink and fish it really slow, deeper in the water column, or you can fish it a little bit higher up in the water column depending on where your fish are at. Now, the big thing with this kit is versatility. This is one of those baits that you can do multiple things with. So a swim bait is bait number 2 for the middle, or bait number 3 for the middle of the water column. And then the final bait that we're going to talk about is a square bill crankbait. Now, a square bill crankbait in a white or a shad style color is a great bait that you can throw basically universally across the country to catch fish in the middle of the water column. Whether you're on wood, rock, grass, a shallow water square bill crankbait like this little Excite Bait square bill is a great bait to cover water with, kind of across the country. We've covered the top of the water column, the middle of the water column, and now we're going to start talking about the bottom of the water column. On the bottom, when fish are kind of sucked to the bottom, there are a couple different baits that I like to throw. A bait that's becoming universally more popular is a Z-Man Ned Rig. Z-Man is an awesome bit of plastic, bit of technology. It's made with this ElasTech material, and what I like so much is it's going to last a long time for you guys, so you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. And the bait that I'm including is the Z-Man TRD's Ticklers. Now, the Ticklers is a bait that we've included in the Monster Bass box a couple times, but it's a really good Ned Rig bait because it's a small profile and it's got these little tentacles on the back that help kind of attract fish, that might not normally eat like your standard just small worm style Ned Rig bait. These tentacles give me a little bit more confidence, so I really like the Ticklers for that. Along with that, though, you're going to need Ned Rig heads. Now, these are the Z-Man Ned Rig, I believe, Shrooms head, 1/10 ounce. A tenth is a really good size. It might sound really small, but the key to this bait is just slowly fishing it along the bottom, and that's when you're going to draw a lot of your bites. So 1/10 ounce Ned Rig is a great size Ned Rig head. Now, you guys got to look at a Texas rig. Earlier in the video, when I was talking about the extra wide gap for rigging that Easy Swimmer, but what you're going to do is take an extra wide gap hook, and you're going to take whatever size weight you feel comfortable with. I'm including a 3/8 ounce size tungsten weight, and you're going to be able to fish this bait along the bottom. And the bait that I'm including in the box for that would be an X-Zone Lures Muscleback Craw. Now, the reason I like the Muscleback Craw is because it's a craw style bait. All across the country there are crawfish, and bass are eating on crawfish, and so you can Texas rig this bait and drag it on the bottom. One of my favorite ways to fish, and that is for fishing a jig. Now, this is a 1/2 ounce jig with a magic craw colored skirt. It's basically a green pumpkin with a little bit of blue kind of swirl mixed into it, and it just catches fish no matter whether you're fishing dirty water, clean water. This bait will catch fish. Now, that Muscleback Craw, while you can Texas rig it, will also be a perfect trailer for this bait. So kind of versatility. You can have a Texas rig bait, you have a trailer for your jig, all in the same little package. And when we close this box up, just like this, you have the ultimate DIY bass fishing kit. It's a little bit more expensive than that $12.99 Zoom bass fishing kit you can go buy at Walmart, but this is something that will last you guys for a long time. It gives you guys a very good fundamental start to catching bass no matter where you're living, if they're feeding on top, middle, or bottom of the water column. These are baits that will cover all of those zones for you guys, all in this little kit right here for around $50. So if you guys are interested in basically building this box, as I mentioned, I'll link to all of these products down in the description below. But as I also mentioned, I'm doing a giveaway. Now what am I giving away? Well, if it wasn't obvious enough, I'm giving away this box right here. Now the way to join this giveaway, you have to like this video, be subscribed to my channel, comment down in the description below. But not only do you have to comment on this video, you have to comment on the Monster Bass video where I talk about my Ultimate 2 bass fishing rods. Like, subscribe, comment on this video, and then go comment on that video on Monster Bass. That's where I'm actually going to be pulling the comments from to do this giveaway. So if you're not commenting on that video, you will not be entered to win this box here. I hope this video helps give you guys a little bit of perspective on kind of ways to simplify your tackle selection and baits that you can use whether you're fishing anywhere across the country. I also think it's a unique way to build a bass fishing kit of things that you can go give to a beginner fisherman. If you're looking for a gift, this is something you can build, and anyways, I'm rambling. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you're not already, hit the subscribe button down below, and as always, thank you guys for watching. Take care, tight lines, God bless. Super much.